Hey everyone, welcome back to Plant Tarot. If you're new here, welcome. Today I want to share a message. I pulled the Justice card for today's card, but before that I was meditating and I pulled the Strength card. And this card it really shouted out Leo energy. And I know that we're in Leo time now, so happy birthday to all the Leos out there. This card is Ironwood. Ironwood is a sturdy and dense tree. It grows and thrives in the desert. It sends its roots deep to access the deep groundwater, and it trusts that the rains will come. And in that knowing, in that trust, it can persevere. It can withstand the droughts. It can remain flexible through the dust storms. And it still manages to send out beautiful, delicate flowers. In strength, there's courage. And in strength, there's perseverance because of that deep inner knowing that no matter what, the rains will come. And perseverance takes courage. When you don't have a sense of what's next, when will the rain come? When will this happen? There's still that inner knowing that if I keep going, if I keep persevering because I know that this is for me, it will happen. And that does take trust. That does take courage because we're not always meant to know the answer. And there's tapping in deep to the body's wisdom and to the wisdom of that deep inner knowing and emotion, that feeling, where you can find that balance of strength with gentleness, because strength without flexibility can be rigid. And in that fixed energy of fire, there's a call to be gentle and flexible in your expression. Strength is a powerful card as it, just as an energy, it is the sun. And the sun, in its relentless light and the relentless heat, it also must be flexible in the expression of itself. It's gentle in the morning and the evening. That light is more muted and soft in the dawning and the dusk. It has its own unique energy in that aspect as well. And it's not about muting the light, because the light is the light. It's about the different expressions of that same light. In the morning, it's a gentle light, but it's still powerful in the sense that it awakens. It sends that greeting to Earth saying, hey, good morning. It's time to wake up. It's time to come out, and it's time to express. And then at the height of the day, it's in that full expression. The shadows are nearly gone, and everything is clear. And then it wanes. It goes towards dusk. And in that energy, it's that last expression of the day. It's that last gift of a sunset. Every color is available. And while the shadows start to come out as that sun moves closer to that horizon, it's an offer of reflection, looking at those shadows and reflecting on what was made clear earlier in the day when the sun was at its height. in this time of Leo season, that light is over the top of the horizon. It's at that full peak of expression. The shadows are away, are gone, and there's a clarity to it. But it's the clarity of that moment. It's the clarity of the center of the afternoon. And as it keeps continuing its progress through Leo and towards Virgo, there will be shadows that come out, and those shadows are a gift as well. It's that reflection of the expression in that light. And in this sense of full expression, I want to express a story to you about a little bit of the history of plant tarot and where it came from. I started writing this book in 2020 during COVID, and I was on the healing journey that was brought about by a few events that came up. I've been working with tarot since I was 12, and in my childhood my Chiron is in Gemini, so finding my voice has always been that Chiron journey for me. My voice was severely snuffed out when I was a kid. I was gaslit by my family, by my peers. We moved a lot. I've been to over 22 schools and 5 high schools across the country from each other. And in that, I learned about adaptability and the expression of different cultures. And I'm really grateful for that. In that, and being in that time, I had lost my voice. And for a time, I even wrote as a way of communication. I didn't speak for 6 months at one point. And there was a gift in that too. And well, fast forward to 2020, I had realized over time that I wrote better than I speak. And I had encountered a few tragedies in my life. I lost a very important family member. He was my father figure. I had a child and I gave her up. She has a great life now, but in doing so, that was a journey in and of itself. And I had reached a point where the only thing I could do, and the only thing that I was blessed with that time for, was to write. So I started writing in my journal. I started to list all the plants that came up when I thought of a card. And in my work history, I had spent 5 to 6 years working with plants. I worked on an 80-acre farm doing plant propagation. And then I became a certified arborist and tried doing my own landscape company. And in that journey, through my work, I was really grateful to have a kinship with plants. I had always been very close to earth elements and always been very attached and devoted to animals and plants. And I felt for a while like I could really speak with them and I could hear them when they spoke to me. So I used that. I channeled all of that energy into creating this book, which was just journal entries. And then I started to combine some of my research into it, and throughout that 4 years up till now, I traveled through each of the tarot cards' energies, from the Fool to the World to the process of the minor arcana in between. And of course, a journey through the tarot is no small feat. To experience every archetype in the tarot is to go through Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, to say the least. And in that, there were the ups and downs and the ins and outs. Throughout this time, I had experienced tumultuous relationships with karmic partners. The final one was the culmination of those last cards to live through, and they were harsh. Ten of Swords, when you're feeling it, is not easy. Death, Tower, all of it, it's not easy. But it's the most important life lessons that live in those. And everything happens for a reason. We are in this time, in this moment, in this life for a reason. And basically, my style in this, while I'm not the best speaker out there, I know that there are much better auditory speakers. My intention with this whole channel and with the way that I read is to offer insight from the plant kingdom as it was shared with me through my journey. And my hope in doing so is to offer gifts from these plant voices as a way of bringing us back to Earth. We have come so far away from Earth's natural energies, and to reconnect with Earth is to reconnect with our bodies, and in our bodies we reconnect with the essence of what we are right now, because Earth isn't about the past or the future. Earth is about Earth right now. Animals don't think so much about the future so much as they follow the instincts of this moment, living right now, being in that flow. And it's powerful stuff. It's a chance to be here now. And in that, we feel each other. We feel the animals and the plants around us. We feel. And we are in a time right now where there's so much distractions with the intention to numb us out. And to be numb is to not be present. And in that, there is that reason for Saturn being in Pisces. That is the work of getting out of the escapism. There is that work that Saturn is calling for us to not numb ourselves and to dive deep into the feelings, because Pisces is the ocean. What comes up to the surface? What comes up from the depths? And how do we feel it right now? Not how it's going to feel in the future, not how it felt in the past, right now. And it's a lot easier said than done. Spiritual work is work for a reason, but it's the work that's most worth doing because it sets us free from that programming, from that numb state. My work is in finding my voice and expressing it. And That's a huge fear of mine. I've always had a fear of rejection, and I've spent most of my life running away from rejection, and in doing so, I ran away from my true self. And I had to face that fear by being rejected. And that's a gift. That was the biggest gift I had ever been given. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for this moment, being here with you in this community now, and being on Earth at this time. I hope that this story resonates with you. I might share more stories in the future, but I felt like maybe this time of strength and courage, I would take a few minutes to express my gratitude for you and for being here and watching this channel and for helping it grow and planting the seeds in your own life for growth as well. We're all on this journey together. We're all going through this moment together. And I want you to know that you're not alone. That the spiritual journey is not the easiest. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, and we wouldn't be where we are right now. There's no more hiding. There's no more glossing it over, and no more numbing it out. We're all being called to do this work of waking up, to express our truth, and to be who we are in our fullest essence. And I commend you for being on this journey as well, and for doing this work. You are much needed in this life, and you are not alone. If anything, trust in that, no matter how hard the times get, no matter how hard the work feels. Persevere, remain flexible, and be in your sacred light, because your light is necessary, and there's a reason for everything, and there's a reason for you. Trust in that reason. I hope this helps, and I hope that this resonates, offering a little story of this deck and our journey together, because we are on this journey together. Until next time.